you're a sensitive girl. You are not a chill girl. You are not the person who's just, I'm a chill girl, I'm unbothered, this, that, and the third, and nothing matters, it's all good. Society has tried to convince you that in order to be happy, that you need to be this chill girl that just goes with the flow, who doesn't really care about anything, who has no feelings, who has no emotions, and she's just unbothered. And society has tried to teach you that in order to be, anybody valuable, then you must be like that. But guess what? You're not that, and that is okay. You're not a chill girl. You're a sensitive girly. You feel deeply. When you fall hard. When you love intensely. When you love something, you love it completely. Your emotions are beautiful, and it's a very beautiful thing. But just as easily as you can feel all the good stuff, you could feel all the bad stuff as well. Sometimes you shame yourself for feeling moody or for having all these different feelings and emotions, and you wonder how some people could just not care about anything. And because you are a sensitive girl, this affects you in different ways, especially when it comes to your business, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your finances. Everything in the external world has this really huge tendency to easily knock you off your center. It might take you a little bit longer than other people to recover from a breakup or from a broken situationship. It might take you a little longer than other people to recover from something you feel like you failed at. You might take it personally when a bunch of people don't buy your products right away. You might, I must suck. Everything is personal. And if that's the case, you might be a sensitive girly. You have probably been called an empath, and you probably identify with the same characteristics of an empath. You feel people very easily. When somebody's going through something, you are almost going through it with them, and you have to always kind of wash other people's energy off of you, or else you feel drowned or you feel drained, and it's a problem, right? If that's you, no worries. It's a beautiful thing how deeply you feel. It's an amazing thing. You're probably a natural healer, a natural just goddess woman, but this behavior is not good for your mental health all the time. And there's a way to use this sensitivity in a positive way that you can actually live a fulfilling life and embrace your natural feminine essence, because you are probably naturally a very feminine being who feels deeply, and that's not something that we need to try to get rid of. It's something that we must protect. And a lot of the times, as a sensitive girl, you didn't learn how to protect yourself, to protect your energy, and to have boundaries. So therefore, you might be a people pleaser, doing a bunch of things for other people and getting lost in other people. And right now, this video is going to teach you how to get lost in yourself again, to have boundaries so that you can live your best life. And when I say best life, be the richest version of yourself, have riches financially. I mean, attract a partner towards you who actually will protect you and your energy, who will uphold you, who will lift you up, and who will give you all the things that you desire and will mirror that energy back to you. Not somebody that you have to fix, but somebody who comes in that relationship already together. They got it. This is setting yourself up for emotional peace and happiness and sanity while still being a sensitive being. We're going to learn how to channel that correctly in this video. So the first thing that you must understand when it comes to being a sensitive girly is understanding that you have to learn to not only pour your energy into others, but to also pour your energy into self. This is going to help you become more magnetic. You have to be protective over your energy and learn how to honor yourself, honor your body, honor your feelings, honor your emotions. Because you are more sensitive to things more than others, you need more time for you. Going days, months, and weeks without focusing on you and your needs and your wants, having time to release your emotions. Maybe you're feeling a lot emotionally and you don't have that space and time to cry or to whatever the case is. That's a no-go. You need me time. You need to learn how to honor that part of you where you can focus back in on you, your needs, and your wants. And that brings me to the sponsor of this video, Beducated. I love this platform. It is so good, not just because it will educate you on the human body, your sexual energy, and your sensuality, but most importantly, it will teach you about connecting with yourself. And one of the courses that I want to highlight is Tantra for One. When I first took this course over a year ago, it really allowed me to create a deep relationship and connection with self, which is at the core of any magnetism. And it is something that every sensitive girl needs. If you struggle with constantly overgiving to others and feeling drained and depleted after interactions, if you struggle with your energy levels and feeling tired, if you struggle with feeling just like not having enough, whether it's in the bank, whether it's in your relationships and connections with others, you got to learn the art of going back within. And Tantra for One will teach you how to create not just a shallow relationship with self, but truly create a deeply impactful and intimate relationship with who you are at the core. And not just that, it will teach you how to have pleasure in that space, right? And to be a sensual being. And when you are sensual, you are not out here in your mind, you're back in your body. And that is the gift of sensuality. So go check out Beducated by clicking the link down below in the description box, as well as the pinned comment. And if you sign up for their annual pass, you will get 60% off going into this new year on their platform, on their subscription, so that you can literally focus in on you. This is an investment into yourself. And if you take the time just every single day to do one of these practices, you are going to see a huge difference in how you feel. Okay, so definitely check out Beducated. But like I said, as a sensitive girl, you must embrace the present moment, whatever it is that you feel. If you feel sad, there is no shoving that emotion underneath the rug. You have to address it here and foremost, which means taking the time to leave whatever environment you can whenever you can do so, right? Going back home into your sacred space and allowing yourself to feel it and to feel it completely. A lot of the times we in the society get taught that in order to be normal, you have to shove down your emotions and pretend like they don't exist. Guess what, babe? Not only are you a sensitive girl, you're a woman. You're emotional. You are supposed to feel more. It's okay. You don't have to try to switch yourself into somebody that you're not. But what is not okay is pretending that your emotions don't exist and then wonder why you have a lot of anxiety. Because anxiety means you're focusing too much on future things and not this present moment. So feel whatever is feeling for you and understand that it usually only takes like 2 minutes of complete feeling for that feeling to be flushed out and for that emotion to move through you. When you have that emotional regulation, that ability to self-soothe and to regulate and to be present with yourself, and you have intimacy with yourself in that kind of way, you don't run from your emotions, you embrace them, I'm telling you, it will do so much for your ability to manifest, for your ability to be steadfast in your boundaries and to understand your worth and your value. You're not running from you. You appreciate you, all of you, and no one can take that away from you. It will amplify your sense of self-worth. So do practices that bring you to this in the present moment. Touch your body, self-massage, right? Get a Venus candle, right? Self-massage, self-love, okay? Meditation, okay? Different practices that connect you to the present moment. Read the book, The Power of Now, okay? Whatever the case is, but connect with you here and now. And here's another thing. Well, I'm going to list a couple of things that I would suggest adopting if you want to live your best life. One, incredibly controversial, but you should not sleep with a man if he is not committed to you. If that man has not put a ring on your finger, at least give you a girlfriend status. But even that, like if he has not committed to you and said, I love you, I'm committed to you, and really sign that dotted line and say, baby, I'm about to provide, I'm going to be there, you should not sleep with him. Because as a sensitive girl, I don't know how these girls do it, where you can just like, oh, I don't care, I can sleep with whoever and like whatever the case is. Absolutely not. When you have sex with someone, you are, like, especially as a sensitive girly, you will subconsciously associate yourself as being with that person. Your brain, your body, your physiological, like psychological, your ancient system is literally set to link and attach to someone that you sleep with. Literally, your brain will release certain hormones like oxytocin, dopamine. The oxytocin, the bonding hormone, because it wants to get closer, it wants to attach with someone every time you nut. So even when you kiss and touch, as a sensitive girly, you need to be quite careful about who you engage with intimately, because when you engage, you know it, you engage deeply. And it is so hard on your self-esteem, your self-worth, your spirit, and your energy when you give energy that is not reciprocated well, when you get ghosted by somebody who you gave yourself to and opened yourself to. I won't even say gave, that you open yourself to. When you, for whatever reason, you feel used in any situation, you got to be very strong about not getting too engulfed with men until they commit to you. And you might have to be the oddball in your friend group, but that's something that will help your safety and sanity. When you date, you don't date just one person at a time. And it's going to go against all your urges, because your natural tendency is going to be, oh my God, I'm going to just do my thing. And then there's this one guy who represents everything you ever looked for in a partner. And you just met him and you just know for a fact that he is exactly what you want and need for the rest of your life. You have this tendency to get so attached to somebody that you don't even know like that. And then it's like, oh my God, and it ruins, if that person doesn't text you back right away, it literally can ruin and knock off your whole day. And that's not okay. Not one person should ever have that much power over you, honey. And one of the things that will help you not be like that is when you date to marry. And if you're dating to marry, guess what? Don't just date one person at a time. Date multiple men. If you're gonna date, and people are like, oh, well, where do you meet all these people? Girl, look good, go out there, feel pretty, know your worth, do your inner work so you can understand and know how to pinpoint good partners. And then go ahead and literally just put yourself out there to meet as many people as possible and to be open and receptive to dates. Honestly, as soon as you declare to the universe, I'm open and receptive to dates and experiences, and you learn how to say yes more to opportunities, where you go to the different places that you know your ideal guy would be, and hopefully those places are also things that you enjoy naturally, you will present yourself to have more experiences with other men. But you cannot be involved with just one person at a time. You should shoot to have at least 3 to 6 people that you talk to. As a sensitive girly, this is going to help you detach from the outcome, right? And even if you have a favorite, you're not going to waste your time just on that person. Have options, all right? I'll also link down below certain books that I would highly recommend, like audiobooks that I would recommend for you if you have this issue. But date multiple men at a time. And date does not mean sleep with. It means date, socialize, entertain, and entertain for the sake of marriage, not just to be willy-nilly. Because you are a natural, your natural personality is to connect. You do not want to be somebody single for the rest of your life who never wants to connect with anyone. No, let's be real. You're a sensitive girly. You want to feel. It feels good to be in a relationship. It feels good to be in a connection, but you want to be in the right connection and not in a connection where it's going to be hurtful to your self-esteem, hurtful to your self-worth, and hurtful to your sense of self and your heart. But the right relationship could be everything to you, and that's okay to want to be in a relationship. Society has this funny way of being like, oh, it's all about you. No, girl, it is about relationships. What is the world without connection? It means nothing. We crave it. We do need socialization in order to survive. So don't suppress the desire, but let's do it in a healthy way. Number 3, no alcohol. No processed foods. You are more sensitive than most, okay? Alcohol every day, alcohol every weekend, it's gonna make you gain weight. It's gonna throw off your pH balance. It's gonna just make you feel weird, and your spirit is gonna be open to things that you don't need to be open to, okay? If you're gonna do alcohol, don't do it every single day. I haven't drank alcohol in over probably 3 years now, and I feel really, really lightweight. I cannot imagine what that would be like if I was like the version of myself that used to drink all the time. Cut the alcohol out, eat proper foods, whole foods. I don't care if you're a vegan. I don't care if you're a carnivore. I don't care. Make sure it's whole. Make sure it's real. Okay. Make sure it's something that is whole and clean eating. All right. You need that. You cannot be eating all this processed food and wonder why you don't feel good and why you have no energy. You are a sensitive girly. You are not like these other people who could just go, and then not have any fuel. You need to be putting fuel in your tank that your car needs. You are the car, which means you need high quality food. foods, no processed ish, okay? If somebody says, well, it's so expensive, you're worth the investment. You're worth the investment. You are worth it. And guess what? When you have the proper energy, you will be high vibrational. When you are high vibrational, you're going to attract high vibrational things, which is the money and the experiences, the opportunities that you need in order to get more money. Okay? You'll be on the same frequency. So make it work. I don't want to hear excuses. Make it work. There's a way. There's a way. Next, you need a trusted confidant where you can be open and like have a different perspective on things, because you will have a tendency to get delulu about stuff, which can be a great thing. I'm a very delulu person. The reason why I have a successful YouTube channel, I've been able to make a good amount of money for myself, that I've been able to have these really like random, amazing experiences that just aren't relatable, is because I'm delulu. But on the negative side, if you're delulu about a person or a connection or opportunity, sometimes you do need a trusted confidant that can ground you, somebody that you can talk to that can help you process your ish, because maybe you're not seeing things clearly. I have male friends in my life where when I'm dating, I'll talk to them like, hey, yeah, he said this to me, da 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 da, and they'll tell me like straight up, oh no, Jalen, that's a red flag. And a lot of the times they're right. And truth be told, if I'm being honest, you're a sensitive girly. You have a really great intuition naturally. But your problem is you will feel something and you'll see the red flag, but then you will ignore it. So your trusted confidant is there to balance you out, that you can talk through things with, and will also let you know when you are a little bit off center and a little bit off track. Whether that's a therapist, whether that's your mom or your dad, whether that's a really good friend, but somebody who's grounded, logical, and they're not going to just tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to hear. You should have that person in your life. You need a journal, okay? You need a journal. You, as a sensitive person, there's a lot of thoughts going on in your mind. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of feelings. There's a lot happening up here in your brain, and sometimes it can get overwhelming. And when you're so overwhelmed, you can get lost. Write down everything. Write down how you feel. Write down your problems. Reflect on stuff. Do journal prompts on using ChatGPT. Whatever you got to do, journal it out. Ask yourself questions a lot and write it down. As a sensitive girly, this is going to help you get clear and not lost in the cloud of all this stuff in your mind, but get focused, and you'll be able to see it clearly. Like if you're obsessing over something and like an outcome, you can write down, I'm obsessing over this thing because it makes me feel X, Y, and Z, and da 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 da. And then ask yourself, how do I want to feel? Well, I really want to feel this way, and I would love for it to go this da 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 and this da 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 da. Instead, I always ask myself the question, especially when I find myself down, I ask myself, what is making me upset? Okay, that's making me upset. Why is that so bad? Why is that affecting me? What's so bad about that situation? And I listen in on my inner voice that says, well, it's bad because I really want to connect with this person and they did this to me, da 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 da. Okay, why is that so bad? Well, you know, it's kind of bad because da 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 da. And I keep on going down that rabbit hole until I get to the core wound or the core thing that's actually bothering me. And boom, once you do that, everything, you get over all the stuff that you think you can't get over. And lastly, you need to think, pause, and reflect before you act. There is a tendency for you to react on emotional impulses, right? And because of that, you could be an overeater, okay, a binger, doing just too much or doing too little and stuff like that, and sabotaging behavior because you're so sensitive to stuff. So before you act, you want to really take a deep breath and to center yourself and really ask yourself, do I need this right now? Am I doing this? Is this healthy? And maybe it's something you need to do, and that's fine. But then a lot of the times you don't need to do it right then and there, or at the same time, you might not need to do that thing at all. Is this really the action? Do I really need to text this person back? Do I really need to go to this place? You probably don't. A lot of the times you probably don't. But either way, whether you do or don't, you want to take the time to reflect on your actions, to reflect on that thing you're about to do before cursing out a random person because you were triggered by something. Hold on, is this them or is this me? All right? You want to really act. Instead of automatically assuming that the reason why your partner is acting a little bit down is because of something you did, reflect and like, maybe this is a person who has a life outside of you and they have something going on with themselves personally, and it may not have nothing to do with you. Like, you know, we take things so personally, but it's not that deep. Like I used to do this with God. Like I used to be like, God must hate me because this person got this, and that must mean that I will never be able to have that thing. Okay, there must be something wrong with me. You're taking it too personal, babe. You're taking it too personal. It's not personal. It's all a reflection of your energy. And at the same time, understand that all the stuff that you see in your reality is because of actions and decisions that you made, all right? And if you want a different reality, you got to start making different decisions. How would the rich version of you act in this scenario? Instead of spending all your money when you know you don't have enough, maybe the rich version of you would, instead of spending your money on BS that you don't need or want, I'm gonna spend this money on an investment or a business or something that can make me more money. Instead of cursing out my husband, I am going to think, what would love do? And I'm going to ask myself, what would love do here? And I'm going to do whatever love would do in this scenario. All right? Like, think before you do. And really not even just think, reflect and feel before you do. And even after you do something where you lose control, and understand it might happen. Why did I do that? Apologize if you need to apologize. Apologize to yourself if you need to apologize. Don't hold on to guilt or shame. It's okay. And move on and make a better choice next time. But that is my sensitive girl's guide for if you want to live your best life. These are things that I would highly, highly, highly recommend for you to do. If that was helpful, please like this video. Share this with somebody who's incredibly sensitive and understand that sensitivity is a superpower. Okay, being empathetic is an amazing thing, but if it is used properly. All right. And I'm feeling, comment down below 222 because that's that divine feminine energy if you resonate with this message and you're ready to live your best life. All right. Peace.